For the summer, I have a new part of my morning routine where I go into the garden terrace, and just kind of look at the plants and the sky and just taking the air and the quiet and the sun. But my neighbor was hanging out his laundry, so I was like, hi, good morning. But he's super talkative. I've met him a few times before out on the streets. So we ended up talking for like 20 minutes or something. But now I'm just going to put on some workout clothes and do some yoga or Pilates, and then have some breakfast and get ready and start work. For myself, but then at the end of the afternoon I have a board meeting for our family's business. So on my mom's side of the family, we own a factory, and in the factory we produce, restore and repair machine parts. So that can look like anything from ship parts, parts of a tram, parts of any kind of machine, basically like heavy machinery. And my grandfather on my mother's side of the family started the business after World War II. And it was a very good time to start a business because everything had to be rebuilt because so much was destroyed and neglected and underfunded, underdeveloped for, in the Netherlands, 5 years. Unfortunately, he passed away quite young. So my grandmother and her daughters, and she has one son also, they had to basically pick up the pieces and keep the business running for a really long time. So my mom has worked there ever since her father passed away, basically. And now since it's already quite long, I think already for 10 years. So for 10 years, she's the CEO. And today we have a annual meeting where we go over all the numbers and we basically just discuss how the year went, but also make important decisions for the rest of the year. But first I'm just gonna work for myself and do my makeup. I'm going to change later. Now I'm just wearing a summer dress because that's what I love about working from home. I can just wear whatever I want. But when I go to the business, I always try to make sure to dress a little bit more appropriately, just because I want to come off professional. And I'm just doing a very simple makeup. This is one of those blush sticks from Ilia. This one is called All of Me. It's a watermelon shade, very good for summer. And I'll do a little bit more makeup before I leave. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go into my office. So my my office is just a little bit of a mess now, but I'm planning to do like an office transformation video soon, so I'm just not going to bother too much about it and just get to work every day. And then I know that the time will come very soon. I'm like perusing Marketplace every day for a specific piece of furniture from IKEA that I'm looking for, because I know that those IKEA things, they come online all the time. And there was one like right around the corner from me, and it said like, oh, just text me on WhatsApp. So I did. No response. So I sent them a Marketplace message a few days later, no response. So I think it just already sold, and now they're like, I don't care, but they could just let me know like it already sold. But yeah, I just hope that one comes up like really close by so I can just pick it up easily. With that being said, I'm just going to make a to-do list now for the day. I have a few things in mind that I want to get done. So yesterday I spent the whole day doing my taxes and my bookkeeping for Q2, and it was just kind of a mess. And it was because I keep my bookkeeping just in Excel, which has worked for me perfectly for the last couple of years, but now I feel like I might be ready to transfer to an actual bookkeeping system that, you know, you have to pay for. Because when I worked at the family business, I worked in bookkeeping, and I also had to do a course in bookkeeping, which I did. So I felt like, well, I know how to do my own bookkeeping, so I'm just gonna do it in Excel so that I don't have to pay for a program, which was good at the beginning because it's like you keep your overhead small. Like the more you do yourself, the less money it costs you. But now I feel like I'm still going to do it myself, but I might be ready for a new system, because I know that now with AI and stuff, you can just upload an invoice and it just gets all the information from you, and it's a lot less sensitive to mistakes. Whereas for me, I look at the invoice and then I just literally type the date and I type the number and stuff. It does have like formulas and stuff so that it calculates stuff for you, so it's not completely manual. I don't have to literally get my calculator, but I feel like it will just be so much easier and more peace of mind that I'm not making any mistakes, because that's what I didn't like about my job at the firm, is that I always felt like if I make a mistake, I'm going to mess it up for everyone else. And now if I make a mistake, I'm going to mess it up for me. And I feel like I would have more trust in a program like that. And I feel like peace of mind is also worth some money, and it's going to save me time. Like either way, you're going to invest something. You're going to invest time, money, stress, like a mental load. It's going to cost you something, but it's also going to give you something. So I think I'm ready. So I was thinking to look into that today, but it kind of depends on how much time I have, because I've already filmed the whole morning, which takes me longer than when I just do the morning normally. And then, yeah, I have the meeting this afternoon. So I'm just gonna make a to-do list and we'll see what we're gonna get to. List, and I'm going to start by writing for about 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer if I feel really inspired. That's how I'm trying to start my work days every day. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to make the time for it, but I'm slowly incorporating it more and more into my routine. And I find that the best way to do that is by doing that first thing, before checking emails, before any meetings, before, you know, the busy work, the content creation, just like all the tiny things that crowd my mind. I find that the first hour is the best time to write. So that's what I'm trying to do now. But yeah, the first few pieces, I can't call them chapters yet, but the first few pieces that I wrote went really easily. Then I found myself kind of in a bit of a, you know, like you lose the momentum. It's like the first few days or weeks, you're like, yeah, everything is flowing, but there's like a natural dip in momentum. And I think the trick in writing or doing a bigger project is knowing that that is normal and to just keep going even when you lose momentum. So yeah, of course I could talk so much about how to do that. But yeah, if you want to know more about that, let me know. But for now, I'm just gonna set a timer and just write. And if I don't know what to write, I just pull out a piece of paper and just make a mind map with everything that I think should be in the book or should be in this chapter, and then from that I usually feel like, oh, I kind of know what to say, and then I just start typing. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. Like your first draft of everything should be ugly, like beyond belief ugly. Like you would be embarrassed if someone would read it, because then you have something on the page that you can start writing from and start editing and molding and stuff. Those are my tips if you want to write something or do a bigger project. And now I'm just going to, like I said, set a timer, sit down, write, maybe do a mind map. And even if I just sit and stare at the screen, that's fine. I'm just going to keep at it. Okay, I have written for 45 minutes, almost exactly, because I finished 1 minute before the timer went off. I had finished my thought, basically, that I wanted to write out. So I was like, okay, perfect, because if I'm in the middle of something, I want to like finish that thought before finishing, because otherwise I'm not going to know it the next time that I write. So yeah, I did good. I feel like the last time I wrote, I had to do a mind map to kind of get myself going. So I was sort of expecting that, but it was actually fine. So that also tells you that maybe if you have one time that it goes a little bit less, it doesn't mean that you're now uninspired and don't know how to finish your project. So let's cross that off. Now I'm just going to move on to the next thing and really get started on my normal work and responsibilities. But yeah, I'm glad I did this first. And yeah, when I write, I always write first. And especially now that it's been good, it's been very motivating for the rest of the day. So yeah, I'm going to just move on to the next thing on my list. Okay, I'm chipping away at my to-do list pretty well. I have a really good reward for the end of the day because I never watched the new Bridget Jones movie. And then yesterday I saw that it's on one of the streaming services that I use. So I was like, okay, now I can watch it. I just prefer watching things at home, like from the comfort of my own home instead of in a movie theater. Like I went to the theater once last year and it was okay. It's just not my thing. So yeah, I'm excited that I get to see it now. And yeah, so I always like to have a reward in mind for the end of the day. So then every time I get discouraged and I don't want to work anymore, I think about the reward and I think about, okay, if I just keep working, I'll feel so much more satisfied when I get to do that reward. Because when you haven't had a good work day, you're just like, you don't have that accomplished feeling. But then when you feel so accomplished, you're like, okay, I did everything. Now I get to have something nice to eat, or I get to watch something, or you know, you can just be food and be like, so like let it go for the day basically. But before I get my reward, I have to do some more work, but I'm doing pretty well. So now is the time that I'm going to do emails and get back to everyone and give notes on stuff, and that's the stuff that I usually keep for after lunch. But today I worked kind of fast, so I'm going to do it before lunch, and then afterwards I'm gonna eat. Done with emails and notes, and I've finalized everything. I've also uploaded a YouTube video, so I'm just glad to be ahead with everything. And now I am going to make lunch because I'm super hungry, and then after I had lunch, I want to prepare for the meeting later. I need to read the notes from last year and watch some marketing materials that we're considering for a new marketing plan. And I also just want to get some snacks because we always say we're going to do it in 2 hours, but it usually lasts until well beyond dinner time. And then all there is cookies. Like my mom's side of the family eats very unhealthily. Basically, their ideal diet would consist of butter, like real butter, and sugar. But then for me, if I eat like cookies on an empty stomach, I just crash. I get like a huge sugar crash and it doesn't give me any energy. It just makes me tired. So I'm usually just like so hungry and then the meeting just goes on and on. So I'm just going to take initiative and bring snacks for everybody, healthy snacks. I'm just going to cut up some veggies, bring some hummus, maybe some nuts, and then we can have the cookies afterwards because I just need some healthy food when I'm thinking for a long time. To the supermarket to get some snacks, but this is why I never film on the days where I have a lot of appointments because I'm already running so behind. I was like, oh, I have so much time, I can do some work after lunch and then get ready. No, I need to get ready now because this is a little bit inappropriate, but if I'm in a time crunch, I'm just going to throw on a cardigan to cover myself up a bit and call it a day. So let's just fix my makeup really quickly and then I'm going to fix the snacks and then hopefully we can go really soon. Winter is easy. I have these silk skirts and I just pair them with like a knit sweater or something. But then in the summer, I never really know. It's like besides my mom and a couple of other women, it's like only men. So you also want to kind of, you know, it's like a woman in a man's world and it just makes me very self-conscious about what I wear. This I got from the Free Fashion store. This is the kind of thing that I would wear to work if I would still work in corporate or in caretaking. I steamed it, but it's 3 sizes too big. But I think you can also kind of assume that that's the style. So yeah, I'm just going to put on some sandals and grab a purse and then go and prepare the snacks. Okay, I made it. I prepared snacks and then I also got some tomatoes that you can just grab, nuts, some cheese, and of course hummus to dip the veggies in. The funny thing is that my family probably isn't going to be too excited about these snacks because, like I said, they like butter and sugar. Anything pastry is preferred, but I prefer more whole foods, healthy stuff, and I just know that I'm not going to be able to sit through the whole meeting if I don't have anything to eat, because I've done it over the past couple of years, like probably 3 years in a row or something. There was no food for me, so I'm just like, I don't care what you say, I'm just bringing my own stuff. You can eat it or not. I'm just going to put it out there. Okay, I made it on time. I'm not dressed how I wanted to at all, but I think this is appropriate enough. I have food. So now I'm just gonna quickly go over the notes and then I'm ready to leave.
Hope we don't fail to see the beauty of being free. Don't forget what you love the most. I just wanna keep you close, so we have to give it one more try before the idiots are taking over. They're caught up in the race of wanting more, and we can tell one from the other.
Worked out and had a shower. I didn't wash my hair. It's that day where your hair is so greasy you really need to wash it, but you're not going to because washing day is tomorrow. I mean, right now it looks okay, but I know it's going to be really greasy in a second. So yesterday we had the annual meeting and the meeting went fine, perfectly. It just always lasts so much longer than we say. We always say, oh, we're gonna be done at 5, but then, you know, we're always done at like 7. So everybody loved my snacks that I brought because I was just like, I can't have a meeting until 7 and not have food. Like, I'm Dutch, we eat dinner at 6. And Arne and I both get so hungry in the afternoon, so we usually eat dinner even earlier. Like, sometimes we eat dinner at like 5. Because we're just so hungry. But yeah, everyone was happy with my snacks. The meeting went well. And then afterwards we went to my mom's place for drinks with just my aunts and my mom. And everyone else just went home, I guess, or had some work to do. Then it was already like 9:30 by the time I got home, so I didn't really film anything. I also didn't watch Bridget Jones, unfortunately, but then I still have it to watch, so that's fine. And then today I worked out this morning, I showered like I mentioned, and I called the dentist because my new tooth gap is hurting so much. Like, my lip keeps getting stuck between it and it's really sharp. So I just called if I could get it fixed, and I can come in today. Now I'm getting ready to go to a therapy appointment, and then afterwards I have like an hour before I have to be at the dentist. So I was thinking to do some work at a cafe because they're like walking distance from each other, and then in between there's a couple of places I could sit. So I think I'm just gonna grab my bike. I wanted to walk. I really need some nature and just like some quiet time in nature. What time is it? I guess I could walk. Yeah, it's like a 15-minute walk, but I feel like I have to aim for leaving 30 minutes before I get there, because if I want to leave 30 minutes before I get there, then I'm going to like grab my bag, my shoes and stuff, and then I'm leaving until I have 20 minutes, and then I'll be there at like 5 before the appointment. That's how I try to be on time. And then when my therapy appointment finishes, we'll see how much time I have, but I'm going to bring my laptop and just a book in case I don't have much time. I'll just read. So yeah, that's the plan. I also maybe need to eat something. Maybe I'll just have some fruit or something. I'll see. Okay, so that's the update. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
No one can tell you what they're running for. from. No one knows anymore. What's it for? What's it for? There's so much more than we've been told, way beyond what we can hold. So keep your eyes open for the things that really matter. Oh, we have to give it one more try, now that the idiots are taking over. They're caught up in the race of wanting.
Okay, I'm back. First I went to my therapy appointment. It went well, and then afterwards I worked in a cafe on my book, and I already made a note yesterday for something that I wanted to write about, so that was easy, so I could just like work out that note. And I just had like a sparkling water with lemon because I knew I was gonna go to the dentist right after, and I had already like thoroughly cleaned my teeth, and you know, I didn't want to get food or tea or something there, so I just went with some sparkling water. It was really nice. And then I walked to the dentist and I was just like voice noting with my friend in between. So yeah, now I'm back. I already got some stuff for dinner. Okay, this doesn't really look like dinner, but we're gonna make like nacho chips, some lettuce, and of course beans for the nachos, and then some crème fraîche and some avocados to make guacamole. Beside the chips, I feel like it's pretty healthy because you have the beans, avocado, some crème fraîche, some cheese, like it's fine. And then the chips is just like, I like a crisp. I like when something is like hard and you can bite into it, like I love that. Yeah, it's just simple, but I don't know, like it's just been a lot the past week. I just need like something nice to eat and relax because, and I don't know, maybe I'll watch The Valley tonight. There's like a reunion. I'm usually not that into reunion episodes. Like I'll watch them, but I prefer the actual episodes. Even though this season wasn't that good, the first season was a lot better. But I also still have the Bridget Jones movie. So I'm thinking maybe watch Bridget Jones or The Valley, and just like that. There are also new episodes of that, so we'll see. But oh, the dishwasher. But yeah, now I'm just going to wind down, I guess. Oh, put away the groceries. And then we'll see. I just prepared a little snack. So I cut up some banana and some strawberry, and I put in some blueberries, and then I have some mixed nuts left over from yesterday's meeting that I brought as a snack. And now I'm just going to watch some Gilmore Girls and relax for a bit.